Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play. Day 21 of DEPHEMEREMBER 2022, hosted by Luise Heinzl and Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. Today we have Button, Teabag, and the surprise animal is the Aussie kangaroo. And that helped inspire me for Aussie tea. So what I could use to decorate. So I've printed out some billies for Aussie billy tea that our swagman used to do. And I've got a little kangaroo. That kangaroo that I've printed out is actually a photo that I took when I was away. And buttons, I decided I'd do little just music page circle buttons because the Aussie swagman makes billy tea and there's a song about him called Waltzing Matilda. So this is what we're going to make. It's a little tea bag and it opens up completely to do this beautiful big journaling spot. So recently, Kathy, who is one of our new moderators over at Playing with Paper and Glue Facebook group, she taught us how to make this. Now, she said that she was inspired by Creative Cafe Girl. So I'll make sure that I link both Kathy's Instagram and the other YouTube channel below so that you can find them. This is how you do it. Any size paper, but use a nice big sheet of A4 printer paper. And you just want to fold it just over the middle so that you can get the width of the tea bags. So see how I've only just folded it in a little bit. Then you turn it over and you fold it in half. Exactly in half. So nothing terribly hard yet. And honestly, it doesn't get any harder either. So then you just fold up a little bit from the bottom. I like to fold them together, but you can just simply lay it flat and fold each individually, which actually I think is how both the others did it. But anyway, this is how I did it. So I did it that way and then I folded it really well both ways. And this is the bit that gives you the gusset in the bottom of the tea bag. So that's really cool because then you could also put other little things in it. But it's just nice because it actually looks like a real tea bag, which is so cute. So see, then you've got your little gusset, you just fold it back, and now all you got to do is fold down your little corners and then we add a little tea tag. So I like to just pinch one side and then fold down the little triangles to make sure that they're the same size, because I generally do this with just paper. And then you use that as a guide to fold up your back. And your corners are just being folded into the middle. That's all you're doing. So I just love this. I'm so excited to share this with you. When Kathy shared it with us, we're all doing a video call, a video craft call. And she said, sure, I'll come up with something. And she taught us this. And oh, wow. Like we were so excited. All of our jaws just absolutely dropped when we saw it open. So yeah, Creative Cafe Girl, you're a genius. We all love what you made. Anyhow, I'm just doing a barrel knot, which is where you just twist it over 3 times and it makes a barrel. And I'm doing that on each end of the string. You know, it doesn't really matter how long your string is. Kathy likes to sit hers just below the tea bag because that's how tea bags generally sit, which is a very good idea. So I'm doing that, and the nice thing is all we're doing is we're going to just staple in our string. Now on this one, which is just the prototype for you, I decided I'd just add a little decoration at the top, just a little piece of paper on both sides, and you're just stapling above your knot. So there you go, fold it all back up again, and up it goes, and then you've got your little string to put your little tea bag tag on. So I just used the edge of the kangaroo picture since I had my own kangaroo. I could cut that up a bit, and I folded it in half almost, you know what I mean. I folded it about the size of the tab that I wanted. I then just, popped some little numbers that I had on either side and folded that around the string and stapled it again. Now that is your tea bag. And all you do to hold it closed is you just put a little decorative paper clip on top. Voila! How fabulous is that? All right, so for the daily challenge today, I decided I'd have a go at making it out of a doily. And it did work. Now, obviously, I knew I wasn't going to get as much journaling space with this, but I really thought that it would be so pretty for a tea bag to use this doily. And, well, I didn't, strictly speaking, I dyed this with coffee, so not tea. But it would have been really cool if I'd also dyed it with tea, right? So remember, you just turn it over, you fold it in half one way, and then all you do is you fold your little bottom piece up to make your little gusset. So this time I just folded it over a ruler. See, I do it differently every time. So there you go, looking at both sides. And now turning it around, Jen. Yeah, I just had this little ruler and I thought, oh yeah, that's about the right size. So I just folded it over like that. Again, I folded it both ways. So I used my bone folder, and this time I used that lovely big flat one that I've got because I just had to be a bit careful about the die cut in the actual doily. So I'm just being a little bit more careful, with the doily because of the die cutting. There you go. Twist it round and you've got your gusset. Now, it took me a little bit of working out to do the actual, not this folding so much. It took me a little bit of working out to put the actual paper clip on because, of course, it kept catching in the die cuts. And I thought, oh dear, that's just going to rip it to pieces. But I did find a solution, so stay tuned. So again here, I'm just folding in my little top corners so that it can make the tea bag shape. I am so in love with these, and they're actually so quick to make. So you can actually make a whole bunch in a session, which is fabulous. Now, this is what I mean. I was just know that is not going to slide on easily. So this was my first solution, and that was just use one of those rubber-coated or plastic-coated paper clips. My second solution, which was actually a little bit better because then it gives you a bit of a firmer writing spot because you're using a doily as well, was just to line it. So I lined that centre strip with these papers and I just tore down the edges to keep that rusticness, that I like. And I pasted one on each side. So you can see down it goes. Now, just before I let the glue dry, I decided that my little knotted string I would put in between so that it just, helped hold it even more because now it's also glued when I stapled it in. Alrighty, now it actually folds together still really nicely. You still get that little gusset. And I realised, I don't like the white showing through. But that was fine again. All I did was I just inked around using my brushes and my inks. And actually that added to the look even more. And it made those little die cuts in the doily stand out. All right, do you like all my excuses so far? I think I've done well. Okay, now I still am using the plastic-coated paperclip here. However, when I went back and I tried my little decorative paper clips, they actually did slide on quite well. Now, since my friend Kathy is in Canada, not Australia, I thought, well, I have to do this little snippet that I had of, I think it was a Canadian stamp. So I had to put that on my tea tab and, in honour of you, Kathy. So here is my little kangaroo, and I had to chop his tail off because I printed him out too big, but that's okay. I think you can still tell that he's a kangaroo. And then there are the billies, and then I popped underneath the billies just a little bit of my coffee-dyed cheesecloth that I always love using. It's fabulous, fabulous stuff. Almost forgot the button, but there's the button with the music. So voila. Now all I've got to do is pop him in the book. I think he's so cute. I really like him with the doily. There's the first one again. Now, let me just take you through one more time how this folds. Just to help you remember, because it really is so easy. All you do is you fold any size paper, you fold your sides in to just over that centre, and this will give you the width of your tea bag. So it doesn't have to be exact thirds, it can be rough. Then turn it over, fold it in half. Now all you're doing is you're folding your bottom edges, so you can just do that there that way if you fold them both ways, and then fold one side up, fold the other side up. Now you've formed your gusset at the bottom, and now all you're doing is you're folding your corners. So you can pinch and fold your corners the same width, or you can just kind of guess. Fold your corners into the inside. And then the final thing that you do is you just staple on your actual tea tag, little label tag. So open up a little section, knot your string, staple in your little tea tag. You can add a dot of glue if you just want to help secure it. Then fold over a little piece of paper to make the actual tab. And again, staple your string to that. And finally, just use a paper clip that holds it all together. And now decorate at will. Go forth and multiply and decorate. I hope you loved this just as much as I loved doing it the first time with my friends and Kathy. And there she is. Well, I think it's a little boy, this little one. It was actually a Joey, so a bit of a teenager, this one. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy!